Hi everyone, thanks for listening. This is my first YouTube upload, and not to worry, I will post martial arts videos where you see me performing my art and my tricks. But before I start with this, I want to say some general words on martial arts. Philosophies if you want, food for thought, so to say. We have January 29th of the year 2009, 1813, local Salzburg time in Europe. This is the first of a series of 4 movies regarding martial arts philosophy. Well, the first question that comes to mind is, what is martial arts about? Well, an art is something that you practice. And martial means it has to do with the art of war. Martial comes from Mars, the Roman god of war. So, martial art is the art of remaining victorious in any violent encounter. I shortly want to address the difference between martial art and martial craft. A martial craftsman learns his martial skills and applies them. He is not interested in perfecting them. For him, good enough for usage is just good enough. He may train to stay in shape, but actual constant improvement of his art is not his prime objective. And he learns his art normally in order to obtain other objectives. The martial artist, on the other hand, practices his skills evermore and hones them and practices them and hones them and strives for perfection. Given that there are 80-year-old masters of Chinese Kung Fu who practice since they were 6-year-old and still say they have not reached mastership, that just shows the scope. It goes about constant practice and constant improvement. So there we have the difference between martial craft and martial art. In my videos I will refer to everything that is going on as martial arts, because obviously every martial skill, be it boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, mixed martial arts, Kung Fu, fencing, has the potential to become an art, and every practitioner has the potential to become a martial artist. So for the sake of simplicity I will call it all martial arts. That being said, there are several completely different usage scenarios for martial art. First that comes to mind is sports. Like I said, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, MMA, fencing, kendo, even shooting. All martial arts related to the art of war, and all made to be interesting and exciting spectator sports. Sports. Second scenario that comes to mind is law enforcement. Martial arts for police officers. Then we have martial arts for soldiers. Military martial arts. Then there is martial arts for special ops units. Then we have martial arts for spies. Finally we have martial arts for spiritual development. Shaolin and Wudang come to mind. And last not least, we do have martial arts for civil self-defense, which is my prime objective, therefore I named it last. And some words need to be said about that. First, why did I list all the other fields of appliance where martial arts are applied? Because even for civil self-defense we can learn a lot. We can learn much from soldiers and from the military. We can learn much from encounters in the ring, in boxing or mixed martial arts. We can learn much from the cops. We can certainly learn much from Shaolin and Wudang, and so forth. So, for any one field you can take knowledge and skill from all the other fields. Second, I want to advise about the choice of your martial art. If you are a normal person, what they like to call Joe Everdude, if I'm getting that right, you have not only martial arts to worry about, but you also have a professional life and you have a family life. to care for. So I will assume in all my videos that in the average you can spend 2 training sessions per week, 2 hours each session, and that in the remaining days you may have half an hour to 45 minutes to practice. Obviously, unless you are a professional martial artist for sports, or unless you live in a war zone, or you work in the service, you will not have to call upon your martial arts very often. So you should select one that is fun to practice, that you like to practice, but since you also have self-defense in mind, it should be a moderately practical art, and it should be one that you can also practice when you are 80 years. I will exemplify this. When I was young, I had learned a bit of Taekwondo, not much, just a bit. And I could fight fairly well in a street fight, even with the high kicks then. But they were more or less friendly encounters just to see who gets the better of it, nothing really serious. Nowadays I am over 40 and I could no longer fight with that art. On the other hand, I also did learn Tai Chi. And as a matter of fact, I can fight with Tai Chi much better than I could with 20. So, if you want to choose or pick an art, find practice that is fun, and find one that is practical, and find one that allows you constant improvement, and that you can also practice when you are 80. Modern medicine develops, chances are you may live to see the day when you are 80, and if you still want to be able to defend yourself, at least to shift chances in your favor, you should pick an art that allows for long life practice. Obviously, what I will be showing here will be based on the arts that are named in my bio. Look it up, please. And that was that. And I want to advocate that you do not go about civil self-defense in a tactical manner, but rather in a strategical manner. Now, what do I mean by that? A tactical manner means you only regard the encounter in itself. And you can encounter 3 kinds of violence. Sudden violence, aka an asshole just jumps you and is flailing violence at you. A mugging, aka an asshole comes and wants your money and threatens you with violence, aka a ritual fight. All 3 are distinct, and you need to know how to deal with them on the physical side, certainly. And a tactical approach would mean that you look at 3 phases: before the violence, during the violence, and after the violence. That is good as it goes for the field encounter, but it is not a strategic approach. A strategic approach requires that you do some more preparation. Since I have now reached 8 minutes and 40 seconds, I will speak more about the strategic approach in the next video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Stay safe, practice diligent. Blessings to you all.